Problem 266. Calculate the increase in stress for each segment of the compound bar shown in figure 266 if the temperature increases by 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Assume that the supports are unyielding and that the bar is suitably braced against buckling. Okay, so we have here the figure. So we have a compound bar made up of aluminum and steel. And then the material properties are also given, the modulus of elasticity, area, and the coefficient of thermal expansion. There's a change in temperature. So this involves thermal expansion. So the general procedure for computing the loads and stresses caused when temperature deformation is prevented are the following. Number one is we are going to remove or relieve the structure of all the applied loads and restraints, allowing the temperature deformation to occur freely. So it says here that we have an increase in temperature. So we can expect our material to expand or elongate. Okay, so let's say, for example, we will remove this part of the uh, restraint so that it is free to expand to the right side. So this aluminum will increase in length because of the thermal expansion or elongation. This length will now be 10 plus the thermal expansion of the aluminum. So say for example, this is the amount of thermal expansion of the aluminum. And then the steel will also expand. And this is now 15 plus the thermal expansion of the steel. That means this distance here up to here, let's say for example this is the thermal expansion of the steel. So again, this is equal to this length minus this. Okay? So that is 10 plus 15 or 25 plus the thermal expansions minus 25. So this is now the thermal expansion of the aluminum plus the thermal expansion of the steel. Okay, so the next procedure is to imagine sufficient loads applied to the structure, let's say this force, so that it will return to its original condition of restraint. Okay? So from here, it will go back here. So that means there is a axial deformation due to this. Let's call that delta. And now that delta is actually the sum of the axial deformation for the aluminum plus the axial deformation for the steel. And then from this figure here, from this diagram here, we can say that this total axial deformation is equal to the total thermal deformation. That's axial deformation for the aluminum plus the axial deformation of steel equals the thermal expansion of the aluminum plus the thermal expansion of the steel. So we are asked to determine the increase in the stress for each material. So we will express this axial deformation in terms of stress. So this is stress times length over modulus of elasticity. This is for aluminum plus this one, again, stress times length over modulus of elasticity for steel. This is equal to the thermal expansion of aluminum, which is alpha times the change in temperature times the length. This is for the aluminum plus alpha change in temperature times the length for steel. So the change in temperature for both material is the same. It's equal to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's substitute all the values here to this equation. stress in the aluminum times the length is 10 inches divided by modulus of elasticity is 10 times 10 to the 6 plus the stress in steel times the length of 15 divided by modulus of elasticity equals alpha for aluminum is 12.8 times 10 to the negative 6 times the change in temperature times the length 10 plus alpha for steel 6.5 times 10 to the negative 6 times 100 times the length 15. I think we can eliminate 10 to the 6 or 10 to the negative 6 if we multiply the whole equation by 10 to the 6. So we have 10 over 10 is 1. So we have stress for aluminum plus 15 divided by 29 equals 0.517 times the stress in steel. That's 12.8 times 100 times 10 plus 6.5 times 100 times 15 equals 22,550. Okay, so this will be our first equation. So we need another equation because there are two unknowns. So we need one more equation. So what we do is we cut a section here and here and then draw the free body diagram of this part here in the middle. So this will be the free body diagram now. Okay? So because there are no external forces, we only have the internal force for the steel, and here is the internal force of the aluminum. So from that, it's obvious that this internal force for aluminum is the same as the internal force for the steel. Or this is the stress in aluminum times the area equals the stress in steel times the area. Okay. So the area is for aluminum is 2. For steel it's 1.5. 1.5 divided by 2 is 0.75. So we'll substitute this stress in aluminum here. That equation will become 0.75 stress in steel plus 0.517 times the stress in steel is 22,550. So the stress in the steel is 22,550 divided by the sum 0.75 plus 0.517 equals 17,798 PSI, or that's 17.8 KSI. And then from here, we get the stress in aluminum, it's 0.75 of 17.8. 0.75 times 17.8 equals 13.3 KSI. Due to the change in temperature, this is the change in the stresses in steel and in the aluminum.